What's up guys, Glenn here back on the Function Powersports YouTube. Today we're bringing you a From the Gallery, something our friends over at Custom Offsets have done, and we're going to be making that Powersports spin on it to tie it in with Function. And today I got a special guest, Hunter, here. And I guess Hunter, let them know what you do.
I work for Offsets Garage. So basically I am the in-person sales guy. Questions on fitment, you know, suspension details, stuff like that. That's me, I'm the guy.
So if you guys ever swing by the showroom, he is the man to get you set up. And even for Function, he'll help out. Or he'll call me if he doesn't know, but yeah, he's your guy. Hell yeah. So let's get into this. All right, so basically what we're gonna do in this From the Gallery is compare another machine to the other, run through the specs, how they're set up, and then at the end of walking through the two, we gotta pick, you know, on the spot on a 3, 2, 1, which one are you going with?
Sure.
And then we'll, you know, maybe talk about a reasoning why, and you know, you've been in some of them, I think, with CO in months past.
Yes.
Heck yeah. All right, let's get into this. So the very first one we got is a 2019 Polaris RZR XP4 Turbo S, running some Liberty Forged LBTY 08 22x12 wheels, so some massive show style wheels. And then they're also paired up with some Versatire MXT 33x13 5 tires, which, I mean, heck, I had those on my truck for those 24s a while ago. All right, and like looking through the pictures here, this thing, it is a wide stance, dude. Like that, it's a baller machine. So basically, it's got the wheel tire setup, stock suspension, and really no other mods. And we got it listed as no rubbing, no trimming. So I mean, you could do this to your Polaris RZR Turbo. I mean, it works.
Isn't that crazy?
It's got some rock lights, it looks like, maybe some custom like halo headlights.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a full windshield, which that looks pretty neat. Glass, I'm assuming, because it's got the whole metal cage. Full doors.
That thing is wide.
Yeah, that thing is... All right, well, that thing's baller to kick this off. On to the next one, we got a 2020 Can-Am Maverick X3 XDS Turbo RR, running some System 3 SB5 15x7s for the wheels, and then some System 3 XCR 350 32x10 tires, and this machine is equipped with the Fox suspension. Now clicking through the pictures here, it looks like we got a custom roll cage setup on this one. Windshield looks to maybe have some aftermarket radius rods. We'll have to check the notes. Definitely has dual exhaust out the back. Dude, check that out. We go back to that picture. Holy crap, look at that. That thing's badass. So for the details on this machine, they did put in the vehicle width. This thing's sitting at 66 inches wide, which, I mean, comparing to the show build, that show one's like probably 80 plus wide, like insane. Whereas this Wisconsin, I know, is like 65-inch cutoff, I believe. So this you could get away with trail riding, no problem. The details, Fox suspension, 18 inches of clearance, it says. It's got a good old fab cage. Gibson exhaust, so that dual exhaust that we saw is a Gibson. And then also we got a 50-inch rough country light bar, infinite off-road whips and rock lights, and then SD 911 lighted side mirrors, S&B particle separator, which is an awesome intake mod, S3 bulkhead, shock tower and bulkhead, LM UTV radius rods in the rear. I mean, this thing is fully equipped. All right, so we gotta pick one or the other. I guess let's do 3, 2, 1 on what one we're taking.
3, 2, 1.
Razor.
Maverick X3.
I knew you were gonna go with that one just because that's...
I'd put it to use.
Yeah,
like I would go full out with that machine, and it's for like what I like doing for trail riding or OHV parks, ATV parks, all that stuff. I mean, dude, that thing is set up beautifully.
I mean, that's what you do, but like, for me, I'm more into like the show stuff, so like the cars,
huge
the trucks.
show guy.
Huge show guy. But I mean, even when we were at LTN, there were those show razors that were just...
There's such a mix there too, actually, like between the show, a couple mud builds that were very high quality builds, and then even those rock crawlers that we were cruising around with.
That was
crazy. So I can respect that. So you're taking the Razor, I'm taking the X3. Let's race down the trail and see who wins. All right, on to the next toss-up here. We got a 2021 Polaris RZR Turbo S Velocity, again running some Liberty Forged LBTY 13 22x12 wheels, and then some Kenda Cleaver RT 33x12 5 tires. And this Razor's got the Walker Evans shocks, so different setup versus that other Turbo S with the Fox, I believe. But I mean, this thing is a unit. This is Derek Brock's machine.
It looks very, very familiar.
Which we've actually done a spotlight on, so this is gonna be hard to not be like biased at all. So he did put his vehicle width 88 inches wide, which is absolutely nuts.
Probably the same as the Razor from the last one too then.
Probably around that mark,
Same
yeah.
size.
Yeah, which, I mean, dude, vehicles aren't even hardly that. So the details here, we got an ABF Fab 120 wall DOM cage, ABF Fab vent covers on the sides, paint matched pieces. So everything is that custom powder coat to match the machine. Then it's got an OEM front half windshield, it looked like. So I mean, overall, I mean, the roll cage is a huge mod. Like that is sick, and it's got all this custom plating. But the machine alone, you know, just being a fairly stock machine, it's got the lower doors on there, the half windshield. It's a unit. I mean, again, more of that show build, but dude, I don't know. It's pretty dang slick.
That orange color really pops.
The color scheme's perfect on it. Like Derek did a really good job matching that, so that's cool to see. All right, the other one here to compare it to, a 2020 Kawasaki KRX 1000 Teryx, running some fuel compressor 20x7s and EFX Moto Havocs and a 33x85. So this machine obviously set up a little more for that trail or mud riding. It's got some pretty aggressive EFX Moto Havocs, which, I mean, like this picture here, it's tossing up some mud. It almost looks like a dune buggy with some, you know, some big old mud tires. And what's cool is it's still got 20-inch wheels, but they're 7 inches wide. So you're mounting that tractor style ATV, UTV mud tire. Let's see what we got for details here. So we don't have the width for this one and really no details. So, and it does show it's got a suspension lift, which these KFX Teryx, the new machines, they do come lifted pretty like tall from the manufacturer. So I'm just gonna assume stock lift being we don't have notes, but it does have an aftermarket front grille from Assault, it looks like, and then possibly that aftermarket roll cage. So, hell yeah. All right.
I'll be honest with you, this one's tough for me.
All right, let's do a 3, 2, 1.
I don't know, that's the problem.
All right, ready?
Well, you got 3 seconds.
I'll do the 3, 2, 1. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Razor.
How long can I pause here? Because I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to take the Razor.
I could say Razor and just stare at you, and then you could stare at me.
I gotta go with the Razor here. The RZR. Like, I gotta go with that one. I guess my biggest thing there is I don't know enough about the Kawasaki KRX Teryx that just came out like a year ago. And from what I've heard is that machine's really set up for like rock crawling and off-roading, which I don't do much for the rock crawling stuff where that machine was like specially designed for. But in this setup, it's set up for the mud or trails. I mean, it was a nice setup for sure. But I mean, Derek's, I know him personally where he's got a trail wheel and tire setup. He just swaps that onto the machine, goes and rips the fields or trails, and you're still utilizing that machine for both, you know, the show and trail riding.
Full capacity and what it's actually.
Very universal, and it's a Turbo S. I mean, the thing's sick. And the color scheme, I mean,
that's probably
is beautifully set up.
One of the reasons why I picked it, and I mean, I have seen it in person, just like we mentioned before, but honestly, just it's that whole show style that I'm into. Don't get me wrong, that Kawasaki's nice. I'll be honest with you, don't roast me on the internet or anything, but I didn't know that they were still in business.
Yeah, I mean, Kawasaki's been kind of on the lower end of things in the UTV game, the old Teryx, which they still make look the same, the 4-seater. Very outdated and old school. Very popular machine, but it's just, we don't ever hear about something new. So this KRX Teryx, that was like the next big thing to bring Kawasaki back to life. Because sport quads, dude, those have been gone for a long time. Back with round 3 here. We got a 2020 Can-Am Renegade 1000 XMR, so it is mud machine build here. We're running some MSA Switch 22x7s and some EFX
Try again.
And then it's running some EFX Moto Havoc 37x95 tires. Did you see that first number? 37s on a Can-Am Renegade.
What CO2 has.
This thing is wild, dude. And that powder coat attention that's on those wheels is sick. With the yellow accent, and then it looks like a brushed
polished
aluminum or polished. Yeah,
that looks good.
This thing is sick. All right, what do we got for details? Not any details other than
6-inch.
A 6-inch
That's it.
Super ATV / high lifter suspension kit. I'm assuming it's probably got a high. Well, maybe it's got. We don't know what suspension kit's on this other than it is running some GDP portals from Super ATV, which is probably giving it that 6-inch lift. So I'm assuming it's just Super ATV. It's running some Fox shocks, has some cool bumpers being the XMR edition. Obviously the radiator relocate looks like from CFab. Might be an aftermarket front bumper, I bet, with that radiator relocate. So I mean, yeah, this thing is sweet. All right, on to the next one. Holy crap. All right, back-to-back mud machines. We got a 2019 Can-Am Outlander 1000 XMR. So not the Renegade, the Outlander, running some MSA Brute 24x7s and some D&D patties in a 45 by 11.5 tire. Holy crap.
That's a big tire.
That is insane. Wow. I don't even know what to talk about. I mean,
dude, it's throwing it off a jump in that last picture.
Running through the mud, just doing water wheelies. 45s.
That thing is massive.
I have 28s on my Can-Am Outlander XXC, and those are massive, okay, for a trail quad. Like, that thing is, it's huge.
Yeah.
45s. There's no competition left at that. So, I mean, this thing is obviously set up. It says it's got a suspension kit, 6-inch PATV Powersports lift with 6-inch Super ATV portals. So a total of 12 inches of lift here. And then it's running a shot of nitrous from Nitrous Outlet. And it looks like he's sponsored by PATV Powersports out of Orange, Texas. So this guy uses this for the mud run events, like mud drags, all that good stuff. This is a beast. Wow, okay. This is gonna be a quick 3, 2, 1, but you ready to do this?
I think so, yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Renegade.
Outlander. All right, why the Renegade?
Just the style, I guess. And the wheels, mainly the wheels.
Those wheels are hot.
They're very, very flashy. And plus, I don't know, just like Derek's, I mean, the color combination is pretty sick. So.
I mean, it's still got 37s, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
All right, my reason for the Outlander is I have an Outlander, and seeing how this one is built, if I were to go do a mud machine build, this is what I would do to show up to the local, like, mud runs.
Yeah.
Like, that thing's just badass. And it's set up the same way, you know, radiator relocate, it's not lacking anything versus a Renegade. I don't know. Just for a mud build, dude, that thing is wild.
I mean, look at the tires on that one. Look at the blocks. I mean, geez.
On to the last and final round here. We got a 2019 Can-Am Maverick X3 Max Turbo R. So this is the 4-seater edition, running some fuel unit 15x10 wheels. Get it? Unit. Got some fuel units. BFG BF Goodwrench mud terrain KM3 tires on a 31x10.5. Says it's got a stock suspension. We'll scroll down here to see.
Of course.
Don't really have much for notes. Stock suspension, we said. But let's walk through the wheels and tires here. It's got full doors, so it's got the bottom door inserts. Okay. It's got a plexi windshield, some side mirrors, and then some speakers in the back. So, I mean, I'd say this is that kind of machine. You're gonna go bomb around the trails or even like in the dunes or an ATV park with all your buddies because it's a 4-seater.
I mean, even looking at the wheels like that, for some weird reason, although it's an aftermarket wheel, it fits it.
They look slick.
So
the color
well.
scheme's spot on with the grays and the blacks. It's an all gray-black color scheme. I dig it.
Not even that, just the design. I really like that design for some reason. And it's not like big and flashy. I mean, it's a 15x10.
It's clean.
It's clean.
It's
clean.
clean.
It is. It's probably hard to clean, but it looks good.
What he said.
Yeah.
So, here we got a 2019 Polaris RZR XP 1000 EPS Trails and Rock Edition, which is pretty dang neat stock. This machine, though, has Method MR401 15x7s, some BFG mud terrain KM3s, and a 30x10. Then it looks like for suspension, we got an RT Pro kit on this bad boy. So I guess, I mean, clicking through the pictures, this guy does a bunch of trail riding, some stuff out in the mountain ranges. That's pretty dope. It's got a spare tire carrier, so full-size spare. All black beadlock. Yeah.
Those are true beadlocks?
Well, because the Method 401 does come in just a, where it's got the fake beadlocks, so the artificial beadlock look.
Sure.
Then they do have the true beadlocks. Being how this guy built his machine and it's a Trails and Rock Edition, I would assume these are beadlock MR401s.
True beadlock then.
They almost would have to be for what this build is.
Yeah.
And like they might not be and they'll still work, but yeah, this thing is a unit. I dig it. And the color scheme's pretty dope. Vehicle width, 68 inches. Okay. Details, stock Walker Evans shocks, which came with the machine, but then the RT Pro springs. So it's got upgraded shocks there with the springs. And then it looks like it's got a Cognito radius rod plate back there, which we'll have all that good stuff on the site. Yeah. It's got a winch on the front, cool little bumper, rock sliders, half windshield. Thing's pretty badass. So I guess we're really comparing two trail builds here, we'll call them. All right, you ready to give this one a go?
I think so.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Maverick.
RZR. Why the Maverick?
4 doors for
What?
No, but honestly, no. The reason that I picked it is well, I mean, it is a 4-door Maverick, but like I mentioned before, the wheels that are on it, it fits it. Obviously, it gets used for riding itself.
Yeah.
And it's got a turbo in it.
It's a Maverick X3 turbo. You can't go wrong with it.
Kind of hard not to pick the turbo.
So my biggest reason picking the RZR here, or Razor, I don't know, people are going to judge us for however we say it, but everyone calls them Razors in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The Trails and Rocks edition is a super complete unit stock. So putting some cool Method MR41s on there and the BFG KM3s, I mean, that is like the ultimate off-roader.
Yeah.
So for me, I would have a blast with that machine over the 4-seater just being, I'd want a 2-seater UTV.
Just because it's smaller and easier to navigate and stuff? Okay.
Hell yeah. And with that, that's what we got for you guys on this From the Gallery with Function Powersports today. Shout out to Hunter with Offset's Garage helping us out, being on the channel, because it can't just be my face every time, so we're throwing some new people into the mix here. And that way we can do some of these cool and fun video ideas. Now, if you want to see your machine featured on one of these From the Galleries, all you got to do is add it to the Function Powersports online gallery, and we will keep randomly picking some more machines to do this in the future. So let us know what you think of the video down below in the comments. Give this video a like and make sure to subscribe to see more content coming soon. With that, I'm Glen with Function Powersports.
I'm Hunter with Offset's Garage.
And we'll see you next time. Peace.